Hello! In this video I want to go through a linear programming problem that you see on the left over here to minimize this function 2x plus 3y subject to these 5 constraints. And I'm going to use Geogebra, so this is going to be the geometric approach, which is found in section 4.2. Okay, so that's what I want to do in this video. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to go into Geogebra, and I've got the downloaded version, not the online version of Geogebra, to your right over here. And the first thing I need to do is graph the constraints. I need to graph all these inequalities. So I'm going to go down to the input bar, type in the first inequality, and the syntax for that would be x plus y greater than equal to 2. And when you enter that, notice Geogebra does graph a half plane that this inequality graphs. I click on enter, and notice on the top we have the inequality up here. I'm also going to add the same thing but as a straight line. So x plus y equals 2 is just the line right here. I'll kind of go why I'm doing this in a couple minutes. So finishing this up, x plus 3y is less than equal to 12. So that's the second inequality right here, typed in the input bar. Enter, and then I'm going to do x plus 3y equals 12 to have both the inequality and the line. And for the third inequality, that would be 3x plus y is less than or equal to 12. Click on enter, and then type that in again, 3x plus y equals 12, and then click enter. And then I have the last two constraints that x is greater than or equal to 0. Click on enter. X equals 0, and then y greater than or equal to 0. Ooh, I don't want capital. Geogebra is case sensitive, so lowercase y greater than or equal to 0, y equals 0. Okay, and if we look at this graph, it's kind of difficult to read. I'm going to click on the Move Graphics. We know everything's positive. So in order to get a better visualization of the region, I'm going to come up to these inequalities and click on these dots until they all disappear. They're still coded in Geogebra, but you no longer see the inequalities. You just see the straight lines over here. And down at the bottom, I want to enter all these at the same time, and the syntax is A, double ampersand, B, double ampersand C, double ampersand D, and then lastly E. So I'm taking all these inequalities. This double ampersand is telling Geogebra you need the intersection of all of those regions. And I click on enter. And then I can zoom in a little bit. And then here we have the region of inequality. Alright, so one thing I want to do on here, on these inequalities, this last one, K, that has all of them graphed at the same time, I'm going to right click and then click this show label. So again, right click and show label. You should see these K's over here. I don't want to see those, so I'm going to undo that show label. And one other thing I think helps is on the options mode, font size. I'm going to increase this font size to 20. And that's because I'm going to click on the move button. I want to see what I've described these lines. So this G, H, F, I, and so on are all the lines of intersection. And I want those because I want to be able to now find the intersection points. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to find the intersection points of the graph, and then we'll continue on with this problem in the next video.